Hey, Terry. Been a
Hey,
long time. Been a long,
yeah,
long, lonely time, in the words
it
of the
has.
folks
It's
from
been a
Led
long
Zeppelin.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How are you, my man?
I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah. So,
Good to hear.
the weather's been on and off. There's been showers some and sunny some. So we tried to take a walk in between. That worked.
Hmm.
So we're trying to do that every day now.
Trying to get a walk in.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
I need it. I really do.
A little
So
bit of exercise, a little bit of fresh air never hurts anybody, Terry.
that's right.
I try to
Yeah.
exercise every day, but I get so much work. I have so much work to do that by the time I actually work out, it's usually midnight Chicago time.
I know. You
So,
just keep working and working and working. So,
yes, straight into the dirt, probably, Terry. All right, so today we're going to do Parx. Nice card at Parx. A couple of late scratches, kind of sending us for a little bit of a loop. But before we get to Parx tonight, you're going to want to make sure you tune in for our good friend Sean. And I think Julie is on tonight. Sean and Julie, whose husband won a couple of races the other day. I was actually watching Charlestown when Andre won two of them. So congratulations to
good.
Julie and Andre. Hopefully he's got a lot more of those to come. But tonight they got Gerald Almendover. Me and pronunciations at times, Terry.
Oh, me too.
But Gerald and Sherry, my mother. I don't know what's wrong with me sometimes. All right. So Gerald, Julie, and Sean will get together tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern to make sure you don't miss it. Or if you have any questions for Charles, hit the subscribe button while you're here. Also, if you like what you see, give us a like on Facebook, all of the different social sites we have, you see scrolling down below. Terry, unfortunately, you are echoing a little bit. I hope it goes away.
Okay. Well,
All right. So we'll start off with race numero uno. Good morning to our good friend this morning, Melvin Torres, as well. I'm sure you'll have a nice pick five for us. Hopefully some big winners in there. This first race coming up at the Parx racetrack. It is the maiden claiming opener for 40 grand. It is a 6 furlong race, Terry. At 6 furlongs, tactical speed is the appropriate running style, 35%, although do manage to go wire to wire. Post positions 1 through 7 play mostly fair. There is a substantial bonus if you happen to wear an 8 or higher. And as always, we do a couple of different things here to kind of get us set up for the race. One, we do a simulation to see who might have the lead at the quarter mile marker. And you can see here, based upon 1,000, the percentage that the simulations say. And then we also simulate 1,000 races. Got to get a sense of where some value could be found with our horses. Terry, what do you see on here that you like?
I'll tell you that number 2 horse looks like he has lots of speed, so he should probably try to go to the front and lead all the way. But you don't know about the ones that haven't shown much or been there running much. These are maidens, these are babies. So anyway, in the 1 and the 5 are overlays. The one's supposed to be around 7 to 1. The one's scratch. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 is actually the only overlay in here. Then is supposed to be less than even money, or right around even money, and no less, I guess. And he's listed as 8 to 1 on the morning line, so you might be able to get a real good thing there. 5 is actually, as you see, my top pick.
Yeah, 3 to 5, perhaps value, and 8 to 1 morning line. So hopefully got that. Hopefully we got that right, and the morning line maker got it wrong, right? Good morning, Raphael. How are you doing today? I think both of you, our team, are the GOAT with your analysis. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. The greatest of all time. Some nice compliments today. It feels good every now and then to get some good words. So thank you for the kind words, everybody. Before we get started, look at our picks. We do take a look at what I call the way to the winner's circle, the running style that horses tend to like when they perform well. Obviously maiden, so you can't say they've ever won a race before. Got some down arrows here with the 2 and the 3, meaning these guys are dropping in class. 4 is dropping in class. The 6 is actually moving up in class, which is kind of interesting. I know Barry can't wait to hear our thoughts on that. This shape, to me, you got a couple of speed horses, got a couple pressure horses, got one that wants to come from off the pace. It could give the guy with the most late pace a nice setup, but I do think everybody's going to get the run they want. Terry, you think he's going to get the benefit of that setup and actually end up home first?
That's right, I do. I like the 5 horse Bubby Papermaker. He finished third in his last race, and they added blinkers today to keep his mind on things. Number 6, my second pick, has the highest last speed rating, may improve at the shorter distance. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters. And the trainer jockey combination in the last 14 days been in the money 80% of the time, winning 2 of those races, a second and a third. And then number 2, Dream of Smarty. My third pick drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 24% of the races in first time maiden special weight races, which is pretty nice.
That's a good number.
It is. And then my long shot is number 4, Capital Conquest. Has a high percent winning jockey, and he could improve while returning to a sprint. I'm going to play a dollar double in this race. I'm going to play the 2, 4, 5, 6 with the 5, 6.
These maiden claiming 40 grand types, I think they're a little bit kind of open. Before we get to my thoughts here, our good friend Melvin does have a pick 5, as we suspected he might. The 2, 5, 6, 7 in the first race, with the 5, 6 in the second race, with the 2, with the 1, 8 in race number 4, and then the 4, 6, 8 to close it out. As I'm over here messing things up, I don't know what I just did right there, Terry, but I don't know what I'm doing. In any case, I guess I got to put the 2 here. Let's just go like that. All right, there we go. Now I got it. All right, so as far as I'm concerned in race number 1, I'm going to start off with the 6-horse DeSantis. As I've mentioned on this show many, many times, when I do the early pace, late pace analysis, and when they get a score of 10 points higher than the next horse, you have to put those horses in your picks, especially near the top. It also ran a little bit better fractions at 7 furlongs versus 6 furlongs. The move up in class, a little concerning. The fact that it's had a lot of chances to win and hasn't yet, that's a bit concerning as well. Number 2, Dreaming of Smarty has a major early pace advantage through the first half mile of this race. And I think catching a first dose of Lasix could help him hold that speed even longer today. One of my favorite handicapping angles is for sure. Horse that has speed, stops, gets Lasix the next time out. Those horses hold on. Number 5, Bubby Papermaker. Terry just wanted to put it first because he wanted to say Bubby. But did run one of the better speed numbers in its debut and really won't take much of an upgrade today to handle this group. Finally, number 4, Capital Conquest. Its best race of all was its debut. It's been to the barn. It's going to come back out. So maybe this is one of those horses that rebounds when he has a little bit of R&R. I'm going to start off with my standard trifecta, 2, 5, 6, 2, 6, the 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I did notice as I was going through and putting my picks in a little bit today, I think someone might have stolen my trifecta idea now and then. I don't know who that person might be, Terry. All right, so we'll find out who that person is, Terry, in a few races, or maybe even this one, which is race 2, 6.5 furlongs, optional claiming 25,000. The purse is 28 grand. When you look at a 6.5 furlong race on the Ben Salem track, early speed is the way to the winner's circle with a full 38%. So a fat number takes them from wire to wire. You do get a little bit of a rail discount. So shut up and hang on might just shut up and hang late. You get a little bit of a bonus from 2 and 3, 4 through 7, a little discount again, and then 8 plus you get a bit of a bonus. So kind of hot and cold depending upon which lane you're running in. In race 2, as far as the running styles that can help out here, don't have one that absolutely needs to lead to win, but the 2, the 4, and the 7 all show a lot of early pace. They're going to get some company from back here, what I call left arrow horse, a horse that normally closes, but its early speed should put it pretty close to the pace. And if it can use those late legs, might have a shot to pull off the upset here. If you want some late legs, that belongs to the rail horse, Terry. And the horse with the best combination of early speed and late speed is the 6. I think this race has a shot to be kind of wide open. What do you think?
Yeah, I do. Did you want to look at the who's going to be at the quarter?
Oh, yes. I kind of forgot. I'm a little silly. So let's go through that and then go through your picks.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of speed in here. It looks like, the 7 shows the most, but the 2 and the 4 are going to go with that 7. And then the overlays, the 2 is a little bit of an overlay, supposed to be a little bit over 4 to 1. He listed 6 to 1. And then the 5 actually is supposed to be less than 2 to 1. And he's listed at 3 to 1, 3.5 to 1, so 7 to 2 on the morning line. So there you go.
Yeah, so we do look like we got 4 horses that really want to giddy up and go. So
yeah.
All right, so who do you got?
Okay, I like number 6, Peyton's College is my first pick. She has finished in the money.
That would be Tennessee.
Yeah, yeah. In her last 3 races, she's won 2 of those races and has a high percentage winning jockey. Number 5, Rolls Royce Joyce. She has finished in the money in her last 4 races, winning 1, has a high percentage winning trainer, And the trainer wins 27% of the time when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. And she has a high percentage winning jockey, so a lot of boxes marked off. My third pick is number 3, Titanic Rose. She ran second burst, similar in her last race. Has a trainer who wins 17% of the races when taking a horse from a route to a sprint. And then number 8, which is a long shot, She Talks Too Much, ran third in her last race.
Don't they all? No, just kidding.
Yeah. Actually,
he's like, yes, they do.
Yeah, they do, but I'm going to get in trouble now. Anyway, she ran third in her last 2 races and has a trainer wins 21% of the second of the time in the second race after claiming a horse. So,
all right. So, Juan, which race are you talking about? Horn Horse to Chimmy. Is that in race number 1? Did I miss that? Let's see, race number 1. I don't see the Chimmy. So what race are you talking about? Let us know so that we can, if you have picks like Juan or Melvin or anything you like Barry, just throw it out there on the comment section. Let us know any questions. That'd be fantastic too. In race number 2, I'm going to start off my picks just like you, Terry, with the 6 and the 5. Peyton's College. This horse is just a neck away from winning all 3 races at Parx after sliding up from Kentucky. Number 5, Rolls-Royce Joyce, is that left arrow horse that we spoke about in the Way to the Winner's Circle. It did beat the top pick 3 races ago, so a little bit better early and late in her last outing. Number 7 is Outdancing, is a lone P horse. Last race was better than it looks on paper, especially early. It could get a really good trip here. Finally, Scintillating Star was a tough call over the 4 for me. Moving up in class off the claim for trainer Richard Vega, who wins 22% the first time around the track with a new horse. So here's Terry stealing my trifecta idea. Did you go through that already? I wasn't paying attention. I think you might be on mute. All right. In any case, I'm going to go 50 cent pick 4, 5, 6. Going to single the 2 in the next leg with the 1, 8, with the 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10, because I do think that last leg there is going to be in race number 5. Pretty much wide open affair. Terry, did you go through your trifecta?
We're actually on the second race, and this is the third race, isn't it? No, you're right.
I got the second race in here.
No, I didn't go through it. The 5, 6 is my. I'm going to take your what you've been doing, because I've been watching you, and you've been doing really well with these. So I thought, well, I'm going to try this. I hadn't done it this way in the past, so I'm going to use a 5, 6 with the 3, 5, 6 with the 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And if you see all 3 today, I'm using different type bets all day today. So doubles, trifectas, pick 3s, pick 4s, pick 5s, and wins.
Experimenting Terry. Old dog learning a new trick. Who says it can't be done? Race number 3 is a chance for you to try those new tricks. 1 mile, 70 yards, claiming 7,500 non-winners of 3 lifetime. The purse is a nice $22,000. At 1 mile and 70 yards, the type of horse that typically wins has tactical speed. 1 out of 3 go wire to wire, so you can be fast and still get the job done. You do have a pretty strong rail bias along with the inside 3 bias. 4 through 7, play fair. If you happen to wear an 8 or out, that's a big time penalty, Terry. I don't want to have that number 8 or out, but let's go ahead and do this one right this time, looking at the simulations for speed and for odds.
Yeah, and it looks like you got lots of speed with that outside horse, that 9.
Frank and Ducky.
And 3 and 4. But I actually think that the 3 is going to outbreak the 9.
So with a Frank and Ducky, I know you watched the Thanksgiving football game of John Madden with the turducken, right?
Oh, yeah, that was always fun.
So is a Frank and Ducky like a hot dog and duck put together?
Could be. That sounds right to me.
Or is it a hot dog cuck and duck grease? I know there was a guy here that was a famous hot dog player, a hot dog maker. I forget the name of the place now. It was, always on like TV shows.
Yeah.
It was the best hot dog place. I think they cooked them in duck oil or some French fry. I don't remember. But anyway, we're all way off path.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that 9, like I said, looks like got a lot of speed. But I think the 3 is going to break the 9 and get to the quarter pole first. And then you got the 4 that might do something there. As far as overlays go, that 3 looks like a really nice overlay. It's supposed to be like 3.5 to 1. It's going to be 8 to 1 in the morning line. And then the 5 actually is supposed to be a little less than 3 to 1, and they got it listed at 5 to 1 on the morning line. So.
And Melvin's likes a trifecta here in race number 3 with the 2, the 9, and the 4 with the box. Unless he's doing the 3 over the 2, 9, 4. I'm not 100% sure if he's keying the 3 or if it's just race 3 with the 2, 9, and 4. I'm going to guess he's keying to 3, but I could be wrong. Tell me, can you clarify that for me, Melvin? I greatly appreciate that. Let's clarify how the horses are going to run when the gates open. Here, we don't have traditional horses that want to be on the front. So someone's going to have to take that mantle, Terry. I think it could be the 9 horse. That one does show that has some early speed. But once again, we catch a horse that is a left arrow horse, closer that typically will move up in here. But if you look at this race, you got a couple pressure horses, boom, or trio of them over here. And then over here, you got quartet or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of closers. This one right here in the middle, the pressure closer horse to 2. This guy really should get a phenomenal trip sitting right behind the early speed, right ahead of the closers, and use those late legs to carry himself home as the champion. And here, Terry, what do you think?
Oh, I totally agree with you, because the 2 is my actual first pick, Hornbeam. Won his last race at Parx Racing, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters. He tied with another. And he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then number 4, Horse Be With You. He drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, and switches to a high percentage winning jockey. He's my second pick. Third pick is number 8, Musk. He drops in class today, has a trainer, wins 30% of the races when taking a horse from a route to a sprint. My long shot is True to Colin, number 6. He ran second versus Tougher in his last race. He drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, and he has won 3 out of 5 starts at Parx Racing, so he likes the track. And then I'm going to play a pick 3, a dollar pick 3. I'm going to use the 2, 4, 8 with the 1, 8 with the 6, 8, 10.
I like this 2 horse, Terry, as a single in here for me. I do think it's going to get a perfect trip with the way this race sets up. Hornbeam did run the top last race speed figure. That was the first race for trainer Michael Pino. So I'm expecting Michael to have a little bit more juice in this horse. That's going to get a great trip. Number 3, Mischievous Awan is that left arrow horse we spoke about in the way to the winner's circle, making our good friend Charles his favorite handicapping angle, the 3rd start after a layoff. Number 6, True to Code. And this guy always seems to be involved in races, Terry, late that we do at Parx when he's running. When you look at the race internals last time, they were better from beginning to the middle to the end of the last race. And the last time he did that, he followed it up with an even better race. So maybe the horse is trending in the right direction. And then number 4, Horse Be With You. Trainer Mario Dominguez moves to jockey Michael Sanchez for this ride. They've only put 2 efforts together as a team in 23. And guess what, Terry? They won the both of them. I'm going to do a $1 trifecta. I'm going to key the 2 for $1 over to 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 1 over to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over to 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So in race number 4, our friend Barry mentioned that he was kind of curious what we would say regarding the 4 horse here. In race number 4, we're talking a 6 furlong race. And let me just put this banner up here real quick, Terry. It's a 6 furlong race. It's an allowance $25,000. The purse is $35,000. And to go 6 furlongs, tactical speed, 35% of which go wire to wire. You get a bonus if you wear an 8 out. There's no deal killers inside the 8. Take us through what you see in the early speed with that 2 horse Super Freak on the sidelines.
Well, I see that this one's got lots of speed in here, and there's not really much more except for maybe the 5 and the 8, but the 1 has a lot of speed. So and also that 1 has a nice little overlay from a little over even money to 3 to 1, but a big overlay is on that 7. Oh no, it's not. It's a smaller overlay. It's an 8 to 1 versus 10 to 1. So there you go.
Our pace sheet says in race number 4, we got a few scratches in here, at least one of them anyway. The 2 horse not going to be here. But if you look at the early pace numbers, all but the 4, which is a closer or pressure closer type, or the 7, all of these have some similar early speed. So I expect it to be a contentious early part to the race. If they go too fast, if you look at this number right here, boy, this 7 horse has a plus 13 late pace advantage. So if all these decide to go lickety split out of there, that 7 horse is going to be licking his chops, looking to make a really strong late move, Terry. And he couldn't maybe get the job done as one of the lone closers in the field. I have him as my 3rd pick. You have him as your 4th pick. We do like the 1 and an 8 up top.
That's right. Yeah, I like that one. I think that one's going to break on top and lead all the way to the finish. She's won 2 races out of the last 3 races, only losing the middle race because she at the start of the race she lost her rider, so you have to throw that
Kind of
one
hard to
out.
win like that.
That's right. She likes Parx racing and the distance. And then number 8, Starship Loaban. Anyway,
Loban.
second pick. She has an early foot, finishing in the money in her last 9 races, winning 3 of those, and has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Number 5 is my third pick, Tiz Gracie. Ran second versus Tupper in her last race. She drops in class today, has the highest last speed rating, and a trainer who wins 21% of the time when bringing a beaten favorite back again to race. Number 7, my long shot, is Broad Jumper. She ran second in her first race back after taking a 2-month break, so she's all fresh and ready to go again. And then I'm going to play a 50-cent pick 4. I'm going to use the 1-8 with the 6-8-10, with the 1-4, with the 1-7.
I am going to also do a pick 4 coming up in a minute, but before we do that, I'm going to start off with Darling Donna and Starship Loban, just like you. As you mentioned, that horse was hurt, came back, won its first race from Southern California, and just to me looks like they're probably the class horse of this field. Number 8, Starship Loban. You got Ness and Jamie Ness and Ruben Silvera making the third start off the break. This one raced against the one last time out and gave up the lead late, so it's going to have to be a little bit stronger this time around. Number 7, Broad Jumper. Probably should not be rated the third horse, but I think it's going to catch a field with a lot of speed. Going to use those superior late legs to get into the gimmick late. Number 5, Tiz Gracie. This one hasn't run since May. The workouts are okay. Catching a little bit of a weight break here, but the back class says this horse fits. I just have a feeling it's going to need a race before it's at its best. Pick 4, 1-8 in this leg. And the next leg, I think, is wide open in race number 5, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10. I'm going to go with the 4, 6 then in race number 6. I'm going to single the 1 in race number 7, Terry. So a couple of singles that are going to either make my pick 4s winners or going to put them into the file it under G for garbage. And now we're going to slide up to race number 5, which is 1 mile and 70 yards, claiming 5,000, non-winner of 1 in a year. The purse is 18 grand, as we spoke a little earlier. At 1 mile and 70 yards, tactical speed does well. Although 33% of the horses, so 1 out of 3, go wire to wire. You do have a pretty strong rail bias, so maybe that can give Jack's American Pie a little bit better effort than its 20-1 morning line odds. 4 through 7 play fair, and 8 and out get a major penalty here, Terry. So you don't want your horse better be really good to overcome that outside anti-bias. What do you see here?
Well, there was a lot of speed that's been scratched, so it's going to help this 2 and 4 because they're the only things that show the speed. And of course, I had a feeling Wagon Boss would be scratched because he's actually entered tomorrow. So anyway, and I think that looked like a better race to me for him. But there's some overlays in here. The 8 looks like a pretty nice overlay. It's supposed to be like 1.5 to 1. And he's listed on morning line 4.5 to 1. And then the number 10 is supposed to be less than 2 to 1, and he's at 5 to 1 morning line. I think that's pretty nice overlay. So
it is indeed a nice overlay. In race number 5, the 1 horse is indeed, and the 3 horse, they're not going to participate today. In some of these races, you're kind of happy to have an opportunity to get rid of a horse. The 9 horse, you see the first one today with the NC. It's never been close. You can X that one out. It's one of those. It's horse racing, folks. Sometimes they beat you. If the 9 beats you, it beats you. You got to deal with that. I've completely ignored it. Again, we got a race set up here that could favor 1 horse here. You got speed horses and closers. If one's sitting in the middle here with the 4 horse, could be a candidate to get an excellent trip early on. It and the 6 horse are going to likely be the pace setters. And then as they come around the turn for home, the final time, the 5 horse has a +6 late pace advantage. So if it's within a length with about a 16th of an eighth a mile to go, should have enough energy to get him at the wire, Terry. When they're at the wire, how do you got them lining up?
Well, I like this number 10 horse. Rowan's Warrior finished 3rd versus similar in his last race, has a jockey who in the last 7 days finished in the money in 5 out of 9 starts. He's won 3 of those starts. And then the second pick is number 6, Kitten Street. That's one of the ones you were talking about. His early speed running style will help his chances. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 8, my third pick, Long Gray Line, ran second versus similar in his last race, has the highest last speed rating, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters. And then number 7 is my long shot, Open Lengths. He ran second in his last race, only losing by a short nose, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No bet.
No bet for Terry. I'm going to start off with a 6-horse, Kitten Street. I think this one is a strong candidate, according to its resume, to improve in its second start off the sidelines. 8, Long Gray Line. It's one of the horses in here that last time ran the top last race speed figure. It was tied, I think, with the Wagon Boss horse, who's not in this race. This horse is running at its favorite distance, no question about it. It has 6 wins in 33 races at 1 mile and 70 yards. Only has 1 win in 33 races at any other distance. So 6 times more likely to win here than any other distance. Number 7, Open Lengths. This horse was better across the board when you look at its early, mid, and late pace numbers. And that was a fresh run after 3 months in the barn. And again, another horse, the candidate to pick it up in the second start off the layoff. And then finally, number 4, Mucho Macho Eddie. It's the lone P horse, as we discussed in the Way to the Winner's Circle worksheet, and should just get a really, really good trip in here. I like the trifecta here, the 6, the 7, and the 8, with the 6 and 8 over the 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Do worry a little bit about your 10 upsetting me here, Terry, but you can't, especially since it's the morning line favorite, according to our simulator, which I always try to find a way to put those horses in there. I was just a little bit concerned about that outside post taking away some of its chances to win. We're going to go back-to-back mile and 70 yards here from race 5 and race number 6. Again, tactical speed, although horses do have a good shot to go wire to wire. The outside posts can be a little bit scary when you wear an 8 or higher, but we don't have that problem here, Terry, but we do have one that's going to get up to the lead and see if it can hang on late.
That's right. In this race here, the number 4 horse, he looks like he's got lots and lots of speed. He's probably going to make that quarter pole with anybody else, but he's going to have a little competition from the 2 and the 1. As far as the overlay goes, that overlay on that 1 is pretty nice. Supposed to be really, really low odds, and they got it at just over even money. And then you also have the 5, which is a nice overlay. It's supposed to be 5 to 1 in the morning line or close to it, and they have it at 8 to 1 listed as the morning line.
Yeah, I feel like, we both have the 4 here listed as our top pick. I feel like the 1 horse is a little bit vulnerable in here. Let's see if indeed that does prove to be the case when they actually run. In race 6, they all have similar early speed, but none of them really want to go to the front and go wire to wire. So any one of these horses could actually go ahead and jump to the lead here. The 1 horse that does have the most late speed, that is the 4 horse. It also has the best combination of early speed and late speed. So it probably is the candidate to run the most complete race in here, Terry. It's also the one that we both think is going to win.
That's right. I like that 4 horse quite a bit in here.
Unfortunately, the simulation odds don't. So I hope we get 51 to 1 on it, and it does win.
It'd be nice. Anyway, Candy for Carmel came in from Southern California and won his first race at Parx Racing and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And I love the horses that come in from Southern California to Parx.
Yeah, it's because you're a homer.
That's right, but they seem to do pretty well there. Anyway, number 1.
Well, that's a pretty big track drop if you're going from Santa Anita or Del Mar out to Parx.
Yeah, it's like going from Santa Anita to Golden Gate Fields. So,
you're saying that Golden Gate is superior to Santa Anita?
No, I'm saying that if you came from Santa Anita to Golden Gate Fields, you usually do really well because the horses are a lot better at Santa Anita.
Yeah, they attract a higher quality horse for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I really look at that closely when I'm handicapping Golden Gate Fields. Anyway, Candy for Carmel, like I said, came in from Southern California. My second pick is number 1, Beach Walker. Finished second in his last 2 races, and the rail post is winning a 23% clip. Number 2, Hometown Hero, my third pick. He finished third versus similar in his last race. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And my long shot is the number 6, Maximum Moment. He has finished in the money 40% of the time, winning 16% of the starts at Parx Racing. And he likes today's distance. He's finished in the money at 50% of the time at today's distance. He won 19% of those starts. I'm going to play a pick 4. And although I like that 4 quite a bit, I'm going to use the 1 and the 4 because I'm a little bit concerned that 1 just might upset that 4. Then I'm going to go with the 1-7, with the 3-5, and I'm going to single the 8 in the 9th race.
Well, it looks like you have the 4 in the 8 in the 9th race. Do you want to take the 4 out of there?
Oh, let's see. No, I think that's why I wanted. Yeah, 4 and 8. I did change it. So.
Sounds good. Well, I mean, you'll be happy when the 4 wins that last race that you didn't pull them out of there.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I like that 4 horse coming in from Southern California. Has a really nice workout since that winning effort at Parx. And there ain't no way this horse is going off for 3-1, Terry. If it does, I'd probably be worried. Number 6, Maximum Moment, did have a huge bump in its speed figure last out. So horse that's either a candidate for a new level or potentially a regression here as well. The 1 horse, it is Beachwalker. Beachwalker, to me, is more of a gimmick horse than it is a winning horse. Been on at Parx 5 times, no wins, 2 seconds and a third. Been at the distance 11 times, 1 win, 1 second, and 6 thirds. So although on paper it looks like it's the heavy favorite, I do think that's one that's vulnerable. Although catching that rail could be a big benefit. Then finally, number 2, Hometown Hero, 2 speed figure increases. And last time out, that speed figure came from a better effort all the way throughout the race. And maybe getting an additional 70 yards helps here today. I'm going to toss that favorite out of my pick 4. Start with the 4-6. Next race out is where I'm going with my single. I'm going to single up the 1 just like you did, Terry. And then 3, 4, 5 over the 1, 4, and 8. So you added a horse here now, Terry? Now at the end.
Yeah, I did. I added. I think that's what I've got. Yeah, I have the 1, 4, 8. I have exactly the same one you have. It looks like to me. Oh no, I'm sorry. You know what? Don't pay any attention to me. I screwed that up. When those scratches, when those scratches come in late, a lot of times it kind of goofs me all up. So.
All right. Anyway, so you want to correct that real quick while I go through the next race, and then we'll come back to that? You did it already? All right. So yeah. Terry has it right now. He's got the 1-4 with the 1-7, the 3-5 with the 4-8. Beautiful. There we go. All right. Let's move off to race number 7, see if we can get things rolling. And you got a nice series of $75,000 non-graded stakes races coming up, starting in lucky race number 7. Again, a mile and 70 yards. Early speed is okay, 33% go to wire. You don't want to wear 8, 9, 10, 11, any number higher than number 8, Terry. And in race number 7, we don't have that problem once again. We do have a scratch in the 5. Did have a lot of early speed. That's probably going to go now to Girl Trouble or Sally Sassy.
That's right. The number 1 now seems to have the best chance to make it to the quarter pole first. And that rail post is doing pretty well. Anyway, number 3 is a nice overlay, 4-1 simulated odds, and it's listed at 10-1 on the morning line. So,
and in race 7, we do find that the 5 horse scratched out, so that could give the 3 a little bit more. And the 1, both of these horses look like they're going to be a part of the early speed. The 3 and the 1. I think the 3 probably takes the lead, with the 1 maybe sitting patiently off unless they go too slow. Then the 1 will say, all right, I'm out of here. Also has the most late pace, the 1 horse. So you can't pass what you can't catch. If you're looking for horses that might have some late speed to catch up with the 1 or the 3, that's the 4 or the 6. But once again, here's a horse that has a +9 combination of early speed and late speed. When that gets to 10, folks, you have to have that horse in your picks, Terry. I have it as my first pick, as I mentioned a little bit earlier on. It's a single in my pick 4s and my pick 5. I'm going to start with that 1 horse, but you're going to try to beat it with a little bit of price. Girls from Outer Space.
That's right. I am. I'm going to try that because she won 2 out of her last 3 races at Parx Racing and at this distance by closing to catch the front runner. Girl Trouble, which I think is going to be the front runner, of course, has ran second versus similar in her last race after winning the previous 3 races easily. The rail post is winning a 23% clip, and she has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 30% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route. And then number 6, Social Success, is my third pick. She won her last race at Penn National and comes to Park Racing to try and make it 2 in a row. Has the highest last speed rating and switches to high percentage winning jockey. Number 4 is my long shot gold medal Anna.
So you have the 5 horse here. Is that you want the 4?
Oh, I think yeah. I think it is. Let me see.
Oh, the 5 horse is scratch. So yeah, so that's got to be the
right.
4. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, they do those late scratches, and then I get all goofed up. So anyway,
well, that happens, right? So this is race number 7. Race number 7. Let's just put the 4 in there for Terry. Watch how this magic works. Except for, of course, when I wanted to do that, then the ta-da! There's the 4.
Yeah. Well, anyway, she has a high percentage winning trainer. Lasix is added, and she has a bullet workout on February 27th. And then I'm going to play a 50-cent pick 5. I'm going to use that 1 and 7. With the 3-5, I'm going to single the 8 in the 9th race. And in the 10th race, I'm going to use the 4. The 11th race, I'm going to use the 1, 2, 4.
And then as far as I'm concerned, I think this one horse will be the one that they won't beat. Girl Trouble at Parx, as you mentioned, 4 times out, 3 wins in a second. But the thing is, in that 1 second, the horse stumbled badly and just missed by a half a length. And in every other race, the horses won pretty easily here at Parx. They were all blowouts. I think you're going to see another blowout today from Girl Trouble. Probably you're not going to get the best price, though. Number 3, Majestic Creed, much more pace late in her last run. 2 maintenance workouts since, with the last one being 4 furlongs and 47 and 3. So I think Majestic Creed will be sharp. Gold medal Anna, the 4. Getting Lasix for the very first time here. Going to go long for the second time. 12 furlongs of workout since that last race. So I think the fitness will be there. The Lasix should help. So I'm expecting a more complete race from Gold Meta Anna today. Finally, number 6, Social Success. Won the last 2 races, including the top last race speed figure. Better from race to race in the 2 races following the debut. But this is a pretty good step up in class. I, too, am going to do the pick 5. I think they have like $160,000 carryover, if I remember correctly, Terry, something like that. I have the 1, singling up that horse. I think it'll get on the front that they'll never catch. With the 3, 4, 5, with the 1, 8, with the 1, 4, 6, with the 1, 2, 6, and 11 on the back end, hoping to catch some prices after a really short shot. Race 1's just about getting ready to go, Terry. And here are our picks for race number 1. Terry likes the 5, 6, 2, 4. I like the 6, 2, 5, 4. Just the same 4 horses, a little bit of a different order. At the moment, it looks like Dreaming of Smarty and DeSantis are your 2 favorites, the 6 and the 2, with the 2 now taking a little bit more late money and becoming the post-time favorite at 7-5 versus 8-5 for DeSantis. And the gates open. And DeSantis and Dreaming of Smarty are the 2 that get out sharply. Although now you do have them 3, 4 wide. You got the 2 horse Dreaming of Smarty, as we projected, to be on the lead. Followed directly to the outside by Union Park. Then Capital Conquest with the 6 horse. DeSantis moving in to save ground from 4 wide to down to the rail. Didn't particularly care for its start, I suppose. As they go through the opening quarter in 22 and 4. Not all that quick for a 6 furlong race. And looks like the 3 horses starting to tire a little bit. The 4 horses starting to gain some ground a little bit on that too. The 6 horse with jockey Dexter Haddock has decided to move a little bit to the outside for the 3 lane. 2 horses having all of his way so far. DeSantis is a little crooked nosed. Not quite sure where he wants to go. Jockey's out on the 2 horse, and the 4 horse is running a little bit sideways too. Now DeSantis is finding his stride late. The question is, can he get there? Not making up a lot of ground because he doesn't want to turn his head at all. But this race looks to me like it's going to go to 2, 6, 4, and 3. 2, 6, 4, and 3. So we both had the trifecta. I had the trifecta in my opening wager, but guess what, Terry? With the 2 and the 6 and the 4, it might not even pay the $6 that I put in there.
That's true, and that 5 is still trying to run, I think.
I don't know. Well, I don't know what happened to Bubby, but you wanted to put Bubby. You just wanted to say Bubby to get started.
I did. I was trying to get a long shot. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. In my jock has more value than just he switched jock to high winning percentage. Has more value than we talk to a lot of jockeys, Keith, and they always tell us over and over and over and over again it's the horse, right? So the better the horse does, the better the jockey looks for sure. Live link. I think if you want a live link, Amarandera, you probably have to go directly to the Parx website. I think they do put the races live on there. Unfortunately, we've reached out to some people who we wanted to see if they would work with us, but they weren't too polite. So in any case, what can you do? So it went 2, 6, and 4 in the opener, the 5 horses Terry mentioned. So the first race went 2, then 6, then 4, and then 3 ran fourth. The 5 horse is still running. Yeah, no problem. There's one out there called RTN, I think Racing Thoroughbred Network or something like that. That's the one that was not all that polite with us. I think you can get a subscription for like $5 a month. All the races are on there. Another option is to sign up for an account at like Twin Spires or Bet Us or BetAG or Betfair, wherever you are in the world where you can open an account. And many times you can watch the races for free, even if you're not betting, as long as you have an open account. Because I watch all the races on Twin Spires, and quite honestly, I can't bet every day because I have some work to do. Race number 8 is the work we're going to do next, Terry. And as we try to finish up this Parx card, at race number 8, we're going to do another $75,000 non-graded stakes, the Society Hill Stakes, 6.5 furlongs on the dirt course there at Ben Salem, which is fast. We just saw the 2 horse get to the lead, stay on the lead. Pretty much they ran 1, 2, 3 all the way around the track. At 6.5 furlongs, early speed does win, probably disproportionately, as 38% of them go wire to wire. There's a little bit of a rail discount, so Dream Chaser could have a little bit of work cut out for her. And outside of that, 2 and 3 get a bonus, 4 through 7 discount, 8 and out bonus. So some off and on in terms of the benefit or penalty you get from post position. In race the 8, hot little thing is on the sidelines, was an overlay, but probably not a part of the early speed.
Yeah, that's right. That number 3's got plenty of speed. I think that horse should make it to that quarter pole in front. And as far as the overlays, I don't really see much of an overlay in here. It's a little bit on the 5. Well, no, the 5's not. 5 goes the other way. So no, there's no overlay really here because of the scratches.
So Melvin says there's no live link there. There might be one on YouTube, though. I think I've seen Parx Racing live on YouTube. Check there, too. I know I've seen it somewhere where Parx is running live and you don't have to pay for it. And again, I think the easiest way is just to open up an account with a place that handles horse racing wagering, because they'll have the live video there. Most of them, you don't have to have money in the account to watch, but you have to have an account, which is the way that works. In race 8, all but the 7 horses not going to earn here. All have similar early speed. So despite the fact the 6 is out here by itself as a lone E, all these others are probably going to give it a pretty hard time as well. The 3 horse is the one at PC type, so they're the most versatile, that has the most early speed. So I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 3, 6. In race shapes like this, however, if this 6 horse does get a lead, they become extremely dangerous. I've seen so many times where a horse on paper doesn't look like it's going to get the lead, doesn't look like the best horse, but in the past it's gone wire to wire and won. So their confidence goes higher if indeed they get the lead. So keep an eye out for that 6, Terry. See if he can actually get to the lead from the get-go. Neither one of us think he will, and neither one of us have him in our picks, and we might regret it when the gates open and he's on the lead at the quarter-mile marker.
Could be, but I like this number 5 horse, Tappan Josie. She won 2 races in a row at Laurel and now goes for a hat trick here. Has the highest last race speed rating. Her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. Number 3, Chickiness, that speed horse, has finished in the money in 9 out of 10 career races.
Honestly, that horse confused me a little bit when I was going through the handicapping, to be honest with you.
Well, this horse always likes to be right in the mix. Mm-hmm. She's won 3 of those, finished second in her last race, and has a high percentage winning trainer. She can improve at this shorter distance because she is pretty much a speed burner. Number 4, Empress Ariana,
like
Ariana
Grande.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. She ran second in her last race, and she can improve. They're going to add Lasix and blinkers today to see if that has an effect on her. And then number 1 is my long shot, Dream Chaser. She won her last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I like a pick 4 in here. I think this is a pretty wide open race. I'm going to use the 1, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to use the 4, 8 in the 9th race, the 1, 4, 6, 7 in the 10th race, and the 1, 2 in the last race.
So you want to add the 7 here because you only have 1, 4, 6. I think the 7 is scratch. That's probably why it's not in there.
That's why I don't have it. Yeah.
All right. Yes, indeed. I like Empress Ariana Grande as my top pick in here. The horse ran faster fractions last time out at 7 furlongs than it did at 6 furlongs. Today, it's going to get some Lasix for the first time, which should be a benefit, especially hold that speed a little bit longer. And it has 13 furlongs of workout since that last run. Number 5, Tappin Josie did run the top last race. Speed figure loves to win, too. 9 times out, 4 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. And so far in 2023 is undefeated in 2. Chickiness, never off the board on a fast track, which is what we got today. 6 times out with a win, 4 seconds. So horse that likes to maybe hang a little bit late. It is a very consistent performer, Terry, but when you look at its performances, it doesn't seem like it has the ability to stretch to the top side. And every now and then can run a little bit of a funny race. So it is what I call a Dennis Green horse. It is what it is. And if any other horse has a little bit more juice, could get by Chickiness at the end. And then finally, number 1, Dream Chaser. I'm not the biggest fan of horses that are rising from the maiden claiming ranks straight into a race like this, especially if they didn't run the top last race speed figure. But it was a dominant effort, and it's a slight pick for me over the 6 horse. I'm going to put $5 to win on the 4. I put it on, I took it off, put it on, took it off, put it back on. Terry and I couldn't agree on how much I bet earlier on the day. And for the first time at 1,000 times, I was right. So today's going to be my lucky day, Terry. But anyway, I think that 4 horse is the one to beat. And you could get a good price on that one, too.
Good.
Race number 9 in this long card. It is another one of these 75,000. Again, 6.5 furlongs where 38% go wire to wire. Post positions are all over the place, Terry. So be careful where you're running. And it got a couple scratches here. The 2 horse, which was going to be, I think, a dominant performer in here. Early on, you're not running. And On the Mark is not ready to go. So that makes this race a little bit different.
That's right. This race here, that 3 has some speed. Now that 2's gone, 3 has quite a bit of speed, and the 6 has a little bit of speed. So I think the speed of the 6 will, the 3 will beat the 6 out to the quarter. And then the 8 is the overlay in this race. It's supposed to be just a little bit under 3 to 1, and they've got it listed at 4.5 to 1. And that's about the only one I see. Well, I guess that 6 is, no, I guess he's not. No, that's about it.
So now Juan Rodriguez earlier in the day, my brain kicked in today, Terry. I'm surprised. Like I said, it's a good day for me. My brain's working. My math is working. My first picks worked. Everything is working. It's going to be a great day. Juan, and this is the race. So he says the win horse here will be El de Chimmy, one that neither one of us have. So let's keep an eye on that in race number 9, because you and I don't have that guy in our pick right there at all. Race number 8, Melvin. He likes the 2 horse, like so many letter name workout, 5 furlongs. What this horse? I don't think the 2 horse is actually running in here. Recruiter, he's out today, Melvin. It looks like he got scratched. As far as our way to the winner's circle worksheet in race number, are we in race number 9, Terry? Right? We're race number 9. Yes, I forgot to change this. I apologize, folks. In race number 9, that 2 horse was going to have an ideal positioning, the lone EP horse, but not today. So the 6 and the 3, those 2 will duke it out when the gates open. 7's also going to be on the sidelines watching. I think the horse here that's going to get the right trip is going to be the 8 horse. Sit right behind the 3, the 5, and the 6. Has the most late speed. It and the 1 horse. I think you're going to see that 8 horse rate and then run at the end. And if maybe the 1 or the 4 can try to run it down at the end, Terry, maybe the speed holds on. How do you got it?
Yeah, that's right. In this race here, that 8 horse, to me, this race is set up perfectly for that 8 horse. It's won 2 races in a row at Parx Racing, and now it's going for a hat trick and has a high percentage winning jockey. Number 4 is my second pick, Prove Right. Has come in from Aqueduct, drops in class today, switches to high percentage winning jockey, and the trainer wins 38% of the races when he takes a horse from a sprint to a route to a sprint. And then number 6, Belt Parkway. His early speed running style helps his chances. The Lasix is added today, and he has a really good workout on February 23rd. And then I like as my long shot, number 1, John Dutton. He won his last race at Parx Racing and has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to bet a $6 win ticket on the number 8 because I don't have any other money left but $6.
Yeah, so you got to make burning a hole in that pocket, Terry. You can't sit on it. I know the feeling. I got $5 left. Let me put it on the 4. No, you don't have any money left. Oh man. Anyhow, the 8 horse I like at 1 as well. No confession at Parx 3 times out. 2 of them were wins. 1 of them was a second place. Collecting a couple W's in a row, as you mentioned, Terry. I think losing an 1/8 of a mile today, so taking an 1/8 off from the last start is beneficial. Number 1, John Dutton, is another one of those horses that internally ran a better race from beginning to end last time out. And this horse has improved in every race since its debut. So continue moving up that ladder is what I'm looking for here today. Number 4, Prove Right. Does fine when he's not running in a graded stakes race. This is not a graded stakes race. Track and class drop. And the trainer, James Chapman, wins at 38%. That's a fat number when he goes from sprint to route to sprint. And then finally, the 5 horse in here, Praetorian Guard. This guy was better across the board in the last race, just like the 1 horse, and has a bullet workout in between races. I don't have any money left, Terry. I saved some for the last race because I thought that was one of the more wide open races of the day. The last stakes race, mini stakes race on the day is race number 10. This one is the City of Brotherly Love. And I was just actually in Philadelphia today. Race 9, Belt Parkway, scratch in race number 9. So there's another horse that got scratched in race number 9?
Yeah, it got scratched here late. Just in the last few minutes, I guess.
So race number, what was that, race number 9? The 6 horse?
Yeah, 6 horse. I got to change mine.
Okay, so that'll all be over at horseracingtoday.net. Change that in your pick 4s and stuff like that too, Terry. Did I have it in my pick 5, the 6 horse in there? What race was that? Race 9? Race 9. I didn't. I do have the 6 horse in there. All right. Well, we'll change that. That'll all be over on horseracingtoday.net. All of the changes and stuff like that. So make sure you head on over to that when we get done. Second to last race of the day is the City of Brotherly Love, where I just was. I need to clean up a little bit around there. It's a city of trash everywhere in places. I don't know why they don't clean up the litter. So the mayor, if you're listening, put folks out there on the street and get that stuff cleaned up. You have a nice looking city. Don't let it be ruined by stuff laying on the side of the roads. 1 mile and 70 yards. Again, tactical speed, a third, go wire to wire. You don't want to wear an 8 or out, Terry. A couple of scratches in this race, I think, are going to impact the outcome, especially with that 3 horse that's not running today. It's going to run tomorrow, I think you said.
Yeah, that's true. Well, in this race here, this 10th race, we got the 1's got lots of speed. And the 4 has some speed too, but I think the 1's going to go to the, with having that inside rail, and that's going to do pretty well here. And then the overlay would be the 1 too. It's supposed to be like, I'm sorry. No, it won't. No, that was wrong on my part. So the overlay is scratch, the 3 and is scratch. So there's not really any overlays in here.
Yeah, and I thought that 3 was going to be a big winner there. You got the 3 out, the 5 out. So that's some speed that's going to be gone. Also some late pace that's going to be gone. That means that 1 horse now and the 4 horse are going to step into leadership role when the gate opens and not have as much speed as they would have had to face earlier. So those 2 also have now the best combination of early speed, late speed. Maybe they run around the track 1, 2 with the 8 giving chase and trying to see if it can split them or beat the 2 of them at the end, Terry. How do you have it, this final stakes race playing and the last one before the nightcap?
Well, I like that 4 horse, my top pick, Blue Royal. He has finished in the money in 3 out of 4 career races. He won one of those, has a high percentage winning trainer. He can improve because it's a longer distance. And then number 6 is my second pick, Time to Cruise. Came in from Laurel Park after winning last race to try Parx Racing. Has a high percentage winning trainer, switches to high percentage winning jockey. And that combination the last 14 days has been in the money 100% of the races and won 50% of those. And then I like number 1 as my third pick, drops in class today. The rail post is winning a 23% clip and has a high percentage winning trainer. My long shot is Jackson Road to 7. He finished 3rd in his last race at Parx Racing, has the highest last speed rating and has a high percentage winning trainer. And I have no money to bet anything else. So
Pobrecito. I'm going to go with the 6-horse Time to Cruise. Those early numbers improved last time out, and Charles's favorite handicapping angle, third off the bench. I think you're going to see that improvement last from beginning to end of the race. Number 1, 90% Matty. Stop last out. I think that was at Aqueduct too. Gets Lasix here, and maybe that helps him get back to winning form. Number 1, Blue Royal has some early space, should carry it longer in a second run after a rest. And then finally, number 7, Jackson Road. Got the maiden win last time out in the 4th attempt, but I did have the top last race speed figure. So that's the one time I don't mind maidens jumping up into a good class like this. But a couple of races ago, did lose to that 4-horse Blue Royal. I, like you, Terry, I'm out of money. Well, not really. I saved $6 for the last race. And speaking of which, while we're on race number 10, a lot of folks signed up. It's too late now, but over on Horse Racing Today, Horse Race Today on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, we put together, in the spirit of the NCAA March Madness, our own bracket. Terry, did you participate? I think you're on mute.
Oh, I did not. No.
Nor did I. I should have probably done that. In any case. All right. The last race of the day is race number 11. Race number 11. They're going to go back to 6.5 furlongs. 6.5 furlongs for a purse of $7,500. Non-winners of 4 lifetime. The purse is $24,000. Excuse me. At 6.5 furlongs, our favorite kind of horses have early speed. Again, a bunch of them. 38% go wire to wire. A little bit of a rail discount for Go for the Kill. 4 through 7 get a bonus. 8 and out, a little bit of a discount. For the last time today, Terry, let's take a look at our speed and our simulations to see who might win.
Yeah, that 11's got most of the speed in here, main speed in here. So if it can break those inside posts, it might get to that quarter pole first. Get a little bit of competition from the 4 and the 3. Anyway, and then the 2 looks like it has the most the nicest overlays. It's supposed to be just over even money as far as simulated odds, and he's going to go off at 3.5 to 1 according to the morning line. So.
And finally, for the last time today, our look at the way to the winner's circle. Boy, you have a whole bunch. Well, the 10's not in, so that doesn't really change too much. You got a whole bunch of horses here, Terry, that want to be back towards the back of the pack. And then you have one horse out here, the 11 horse, which is it and the 4 have some early speed, but the 11 has a +8 advantage through the first quarter of a mile. It's going to have to clear a bunch of horses, but I think he'll be able to do it without a lot of stress, get to the lead. So the 11 in race 11, there's some numerology there for sure. 4 once, Terry. Any chance that 11 can make it to the winner's circle first in your picks?
Well, I don't have that as in my picks at all. So sorry to say that. I like the number 1 Go for the Kill, ran second versus similar in his last race and has a high percentage winning trainer. Then number 2 is my second pick, Texas Basin. He finished third versus similar in his last race, has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 27% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. Then number 4 is my third pick, Moretti, finished second in his last race, only losing by a neck and earned the highest last speed rating doing that. Number 6 is my long shot, Hope for Gold. He has won 2 out of the last 4 races at Parx Racing, and that's my no bets for me because I have no money.
Well, I saved $6 for the end here. I like the 2-horse Texas Basin, jockey Silvestre Gonzalez and trainer Kathleen Damasi. When they get together, they win at a hefty 31%. That's a good number with a positive ROI of $1.59. Number 1, Go for the Kill. Third off, a layoff, consistent performer, maybe dinged by the rail. Number 6, Hope for Gold, considerably better in the second half of its last race. Does have perhaps a little bit of a chance to be forwardly placed in the beginning. And then finally, something we all wish we had, Terry, Mahomes Money does have that +8 pace edge over everybody else in the field. And as we saw in the way to the winner's circle worksheet, all of them want to be middle of the back. But that horse can get away with slow fractions up front. They may never catch Mahomes Money. So I did a little bit something different here because even though I ranked him fourth, I put him third here in my trifecta, just in case he can get that lead and win. I do think the other two horses, the 1 and the 2, are the most likely winners going to come from there. And then 1, 2, 4, 6, and 11 on the back end to spend my last $6. Here are our full picks for the day, Terry, at the Parx racetrack. Race number 2 coming up in a moment. And again, we'll go ahead and correct our picks in the terms of our bets over at the horseracingtoday.net. In about 15, 20 minutes, the full sheet will be reviewed. We do it every single day. We put them up there when we're done. If you like what you saw today, folks, please give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't yet on YouTube. Tell your friends about us. Pay attention to our social sites. Sean does a great job of keeping people involved and up to speed on the news, putting out a lot of great content, including meme tweets. Terry, have you seen any of those? I think you're on mute again, my man. Still on mute.
Get there.
All right, there you go.
No, I haven't seen any of the tweets. So I'm
well, on the mean tweet videos, we have jockeys. We have first Jamie did one, then Pablo did one, and Pablo Morelos had a big response. So check those out. I think you like them. Thank you, OG Handicappers. Maybe OG Handicappers might want to come on the show one day, or maybe we can go on their show. We can do a little bit of cross handicapping. That would be a lot of fun. You can reach out to me at HRT Rich on Twitter. I would appreciate any comments or thoughts that anybody has. Things you'd like to see us incorporate, stuff you'd like to see us get rid of, whatever. We're open to everybody's feedback, provided it's constructive and positive, right? Not just you guys suck. That we could do without. If you want to bet today in college basketball, as we mentioned, that college basketball tournament's coming up. Our good friend, Professor Sides, who picked with the professor, there is a link down in the description below. He'll have all that college basketball stuff ready for you for the upcoming tournament. Make sure you check that out. And a little bit later on today, if you're going to bet at the Turf Paradise track, you might want to head over to Guaranteed Tip Sheet. It is indeed the free track of the day. There is a link in the description down below. A lot of great free stuff over there too, as well as we head into the summer racing months and the number of races picks up. So we're certainly looking forward to that. Terry and you and I will be back tomorrow, same time for Parx again. And then on Wednesday, probably Gulfstream Park with Charles. And then from Thursday forward, all through next week, it'll be just me and Terry again, because Charles is going to be out there. In case you missed it on Saturday, it's going to be a granddad again. He's an old dude. 4-time grandpa. But what are you, like an 11-time grandpa or something?
And 9 grandkids, 4 great grandkids.
So not quite as old as Terry, but getting there. All right, my man, any final thoughts before we get up and out of here today?
Yeah, if you like what you saw today, please subscribe on YouTube and give us click the bell to get notified. Give us a like. Go to all of our social sites, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and
all of
whatever.
them. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube,
Twitter, Twitter at the horse race, the number 2 day. And other than that, just have a great day. Give your loved ones a nice love and a hug, and just be careful. Hope the weather stays nice for people. I know it's been pretty bad. I hope it gets better. There you go.
Well, race 2 is about to get started. They're heading towards the post there. And the 4-horse, Terry, one that neither one of us has, Carol Girl, is right now the 5-2 favorite. We have the 5 and the 6. We both start with the 6 and the 5. And we both have, you have a trifecta here. I have a pick 4, but it's a cheap one, only a $10 pick 4. Hopefully the 5 wins or the 6 wins. I'll take either one of those two. They both seem to offer some value currently. The 5-horse Rolls-Royce Joyce is according to our analysis, it is a nice overlay at 7-2 relative to the simulator saying it should be closer to about, 7-5, somewhere in there, between 6-5 and 8-5. So you're getting some good value on that 5-horse. Might be a decent one to go out and just put $2 across the board on it to win, place, and show.
That's right.
Yeah, because you got right now the 3 big favorites are the 4. There's really no big favorite here. The 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, almost in order. So it's 4 is the favorite, followed by the 6, by the 7, then the 5. So let's go ahead and see how this race plays out as they're all loading up right now. And I think we got one more horse to go in, the 8-horse, and then they should be ready to go. We'll walk through this race, and then we'll look forward to seeing everybody again tomorrow.
That's right.
All right. So they're all loaded, Terry. Let's see what we got here. Mahoning Valley results. 2 race any good? Mahoning Valley. Yes, Melvin Torres, Mahogany Valley. 2 race any good? So in race number 2, I think it's a good race because you got a lot of open odds here. And they're off. And right now, we got the 2 Scintillating Star on the rail, pressing for the lead, followed by the 4 horse, which is Carol Girl, and then to the 7 to the outside. So you have a lot of pace, perhaps 23-1 for a race that's going to go 6.5 furlongs. So maybe slowish, maybe a little bit quick, tough to tell. Then you got 3 horses stacked up behind that with the 1, the 5, and the 6 as they come through the turn, with the 2 horse still up on the lead. You have a couple horses on the outside, the 6 and the 5 starting to make their moves right now. 5 horse might flatten out a little bit, and the 7 horse is forcing that 6 wide. I think that 4 that everybody bet down might be a little bit of a struggle, but it sure looks like this 2 horse, Terry, is going to be tough to beat up on that lead by itself. And if that's the case, it's 9-1. Keep an eye on those front runners today, because this will be the second one in a row that goes to the front and leads. Although the 5 horse looks like it's gobbling up a ton of ground on the rail. The question is, will they get there in time to get to the wire? And he's starting to flat. Come on, don't give up. Don't give up. There you go. There's your 5 horse, Terry.
All right.
5, 2, 7, and 1 is the way it went. So 5, 2, 7. I had the trifecta. Unfortunately, didn't play a trifecta, but we did do the pick 4. Started with the 5 that both of us were live. And as you recall, Terry, let's take a look right here. We mentioned that 5 horse at 3-5 with that 1.6. So 8-5 fair value was a great bet because it ended up going off at 9-2.
Wow, that's really nice. Yeah, very nice.
Which is exactly why we created these simulations. Nothing is perfect, but it's just a piece of the mosaic. So when we do this, pay attention to them. Maybe you'll find some nice winners in there. Just like that would have been a great bet horse. And if you put $2 on it, win, place, and show, like we mentioned before it went live, you'd be smiling right now.
That's right. Absolutely.
All right, Terry. Well, that wraps it up for today on a positive note. Hopefully everybody has a fantastic Monday. Terry and I will be back for Terry Tuesday. Till we get together again, folks, we hope that no matter what you do, that it ends up just in one place, Terry, and that can only be
the winner's circle.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate your time and look forward to spending some time with you tomorrow.